Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Bitcoin Live. And
Yeah,
basically, I didn't change the topic fast enough. I should have probably checked that before I started the live. But hey, you know what? This is still a work in progress. So yeah, Bitcoin crash or pump is actually the topic today. Mainly because we're kind of like in no man's land right now. If you've been
that
looking
is
at the
right. I
charts.
mean, whatever lines or whatever predictions I made in the past, none of them are coming true. It's completely new ball game for me.
Okay, all right. So what was previously your prediction?
I thought by now it would already be like close to 30,000 or something like that, but doesn't
Okay.
look like it.
Okay. Well, let's have a look and see what we can actually find in the charts right now, right?
Okay, let's
So,
see.
Bitcoin is showing this shape, which is sort of like I don't know
A
what you call this,
dragon
a dragon. Yeah, a dragon type shape, sure.
or a
But
camel. Camel. It's a camel. See that?
it's a camel.
Double
Oh,
hump.
you're right. You're right. It is a camel. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can draw a camel here. So there's
Yeah,
this face here, and then boop, boop. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
You're
It's
right,
a
man.
camel.
This is a camel.
This is the classic camel-shaped graph that we see during a
Ah,
Bitcoin. I don't know what the fuck is happening phase.
Bitcoin rally. Yes, there you go. That's the camel shape right there. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So let's delete my work of art if I can.
Goes belongs to the Louvre. This one.
Oh yeah, man. I gotta frame this up. All right. Okay. So basically, what has happened is we've got a little bit of a pump and then now a slight dump. Now there's a lot of
Yeah.
reasons, but let's draw some lines. Okay,
Okay.
let's do the whole lines thing, right? So there's a couple of ways that you could look at it. One is this way, okay, which is I think this is the correct way to draw it.
From the
Which
top to the bottom.
from you can see here the top here until this break here, right? So let's
Right.
try and adjust this to like maybe move it a little bit upwards, a little bit more. Boom. Okay. So something like
Okay.
this. All right. So and also from the bottom here, if you were to look from this side, let me go for hourly. It'll probably be easier to have a look see in that part. Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
Hey, I feel like can
So
if this line that you're doing, try you use this other line called. Oh, you're doing this kind of triangle. I see.
yeah, yeah.
I
So if it were to be like this, okay, that means that
right.
we're getting into a wedge, which, as we know, wedges could break up or down. And I
Right.
think previously you could see there was a huge rejection at this line. There's a support, and now we're coming back to test it again, right? So if this breaks through and if this goes down to 41 200, 41 100, somewhere around here, basically if it breaks through this, I suspect that there's more action coming our way. Now, there's the CME gap that everybody is talking about, which is around
What's a
38.
CME gap? Explain.
Okay, so Bitcoin is traded 24/7, but it's only traded on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange working
Oh,
hours, trading hours, which is Monday to Friday. So not on weekends. So if there's ever a gap on the weekend, it tends to get filled, what people say, which basically means that the price will come back to, let's say it started at 10 and it closed at 10 on Friday and it opened at 12 on a Monday. The chart will come back to 10 to fill in that gap, if that makes sense. So I believe that there is a gap somewhere around the 38 region, which would make sense that it's going to come back to, if it breaks here, if it comes below here, I suspect it'll probably come down all the way here to about 38. I think it'll be a wick. This will also show that it's the bottom of this channel. So you can see that there's this channel here, right? This ascending channel
yeah.
here. So there's some confluence here. If it breaks down, it could break down here and then go up. Okay. There is some signs to show that this could happen in terms
Okay.
of the what they call the liquidation map, right?
What is
So
this liquidation map?
okay, so the liquidation map shows the amount of people that are using leverage to long or short Bitcoin. Okay, and what
Ah,
levels are they? What level does Bitcoin have to get to for their position to be liquidated? Okay,
okay, gotcha.
so as you know, if people are long and they get hit, their liquidation gets hit, it means that they have to automatically sell. They don't have an
Forced to
option,
sell. Yeah.
so they're forced to sell, right? Same thing if they are short and their point is hit, they have to liquidation means they have to absolutely buy. They don't have an option, they must buy, right? So what this causes is a cascade effect. They call it a liquidation cascade because if it starts to hit one level, it will force people to sell, which will make it drop further, which will cause another liquidation, which will cause it to drop further, which will cause another liquidation, and it'll just keep hitting it like a domino all the way back, because one liquidation is going to cause it to drop, which will cause another liquidation, will cause it to drop, and blah 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 until there's no more liquidations, so to speak, right? So
Oh, but look at this. These people are degenerates. You look at how much orange and
degenerates.
yellow there is.
Yes, there's a lot of high leverage here. Okay, 100x, 50x. Okay, you're only getting to like 25x somewhere around the 41, 40 range, right?
Those people
So
are a bit smart.
yes, there were some people who went long here on low leverage, who are
Okay,
probably a
okay.
little bit better. But yeah, the high leverage parts are all in this juicy area here. So what would make sense would be for it to go all the way down here, liquidate everything, and then come back up. There's some precedent for that. However, you can see on the opposite side, there's also an equal amount of people who are shorting, right? So in either direction, this is gonna trigger some kind of cascade. So if we dump or we pump, I suspect it's going to be quick and painful. This is the bearish side, okay? Because I always give both sides of the argument, right? Because I do see sometimes crypto influencers, claiming to be experts, and they come in and they're like, it's definitely going to do A or it's definitely going to do B, and I knew it was going to do A, and blah, blah, blah. Nobody knows where this shit is going to go, okay? We're all making
Yes.
educated guesses, right?
I, though, can say for certain
Yeah,
there is only one of four things that'll happen. The
right.
fourth one being almost negligible, which is nobody trades anything and nothing happens. That's not going to happen.
That's true. Yeah,
Number two,
something's gonna happen. Yeah, yeah.
it's going to move sideways, the usual crab tactics we've seen for a while. Or
Okay.
it's going to go down or it's going to go up.
Okay. Well,
That's all we can tell.
yeah. Exactly. Basically, we can't give you future information, but we can tell you what could cause these things and what is more likely to happen. Right
Correct.
now,
Because past activity is not, what's the word for it? It's not
indicative of future
indicative of
results.
future success.
Yeah. Long term, though, we are absolutely bullish. Okay. Long term, this is definitely a very bullish market
Only
that we are
Sith
in.
deal in absolutes, friend.
Yes, it's true. But if you believe Bitcoin market cycles, we are definitely positive in the long term. It's just a case of, are we looking at a short term dump towards 38 before coming back up again? So I'm going to show you some interesting information that I've also found on the positive sides. Rand Newer, he is the guy who runs Crypto Banter, which is a very big YouTube channel. And he basically posted the Fed had just canceled all dips, and it's got something to do with the rate hikes, right? So basically, what they have done is that they have, I believe, cut interest rates on. So what happens? I believe this is what happens. I could be mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Any of you, the three people who are watching right now.
Oh, hello.
Is that when they cut interest rates, people tend to take money out of U.S. bonds and they tend to put it into stock market and more risk adverse assets, right? And the reason is because it's no longer profitable to keep that in U.S. bonds, right? So they use this to control inflation, because if there's too much inflation, they gotta reel it in and make people spend less because everything's starting to get expensive. But if there's not enough stimulation in the economy, then they have to pump money into the economy to make it, I would say, profitable. Everybody's making money, right? So it's like a balancing act they have to do. And because this year is an election year, they're trying to make it so that everybody's making a lot of money, right? So
Voters happy.
make the voters happy. Exactly. Election year in the States, I mean. So the Fed just canceled all dips. And also there's a schedule coming next year, right? And this is actually done by James Van Strantron. Okay, so this guy talked about the potential 2024 timeline. January, we got an ETF approval. February is ETF trading. And then March, you got potential first rate cut, okay, which is what I was talking about. April, you've got the halving. May to
Right.
November, rate cuts and liquidity. And this FASB is expecting to adopt fair value accounting for Bitcoin. I believe this got something to do with Michael Saylor in how they do their accounting on.
Oh.
And I think it's positive for Bitcoin. I believe it is definitely positive. Otherwise, you wouldn't
Yeah,
be
Michael
putting
Saylor's
it here.
liquidation last time was like 30, oh no, 20 something, right? And then now he
Yeah,
should be very clear of
he should
that.
be very clear. No, I think he's going to make several $billion
I
from
have
this,
the
right? Yeah.
same feeling.
So yeah, long term things are looking very positive. One more chart I want to show you is this thing called Bitcoin days, coin days destroyed, right? So this is to put it in layman's terms, the day that when a Bitcoin goes into a wallet and stays there, right? It doesn't move. All right. So you can see here that when a lot of people are moving Bitcoin, basically means that they're moving it to exchanges to sell it, right? As it starts to get higher and higher, we're getting closer and closer to the top. Right now,
Fair.
we are actually very, very far from the top. So it looks
Right.
like nobody is really moving or selling their Bitcoin. It's
And
all
and and
pretty
and
static
this
right
kind of
now. Yeah.
jives with the news that for the past couple of months, whales have just been pulling everything out of every exchange, putting it into cold wallets right
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. There's very few Bitcoin that's left. I think the idea here is that if you're going to buy something, the idea is that you want it to go higher. And how does it go higher? You need to make sure that somebody buys after you because you don't want to be the last one buying, right? You want to be the one, because if you're the last one buying, it means that you're the one that's holding the bag, so to speak,
now.
right? It's a game of musical chairs. And in this case, you do not want to be the last one with the chair, right?
Right.
So in this case, because you know the ETF is coming, you know that people are going to be buying Bitcoin, right? So not therefore you know that buying now means somebody else is going to buy after you. That's my theory about this, right? Um, so I'm guessing that's probably why people are buying up Bitcoin and not selling because they know there's going to be a bunch of buyers that's going to come in later once the ETF gets approved. Yeah.
All right. That makes sense actually.
Okay. So that's the alpha that I got you guys
Wow, not too
today.
bad. How about some
And
beta?
okay, some beta, some gamma,
Yeah.
some omega. Okay, what's happening today on Crypto Bubbles? You can see here that Bonk has pumped. You know what? Every year,
This
I
is some
see
meme coin.
I see some meme coin, and I'm like, I think I'm too late. I think I'm not going to be able to catch this bus. I don't want to buy it anymore. And the thing keeps pumping. I don't know why. I never listen to myself. Maybe I should just get into Bonk right now because Bonk, when I saw it, it hadn't done all this pumping yet. It's pumped several 100%.
What?
Let's say over the last month,
Uh-huh.
it's pumped 1,000%. So
Wow. What's
over
it
the
at right
last
now? What's
year,
it at right now?
Bonk is not there. Okay, yeah. Over the last month, it's pumped 1,000%. I'm not sure what it is at right now. I guess I can check on Coin Market Cap. Let's see. I'm sure this is the biggest one that's pumped. Yeah. So it's fractions of a fraction of a cent,
It's
right?
still worth buying. But then again,
Potentially, yeah. It went up to
this is also where
0.4034. Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is also
You
where USD, not USDT, the tether is at. Right? Not tether. What the hell? That other
Terra Luna.
Terra
That's
Luna
what.
is. Yeah, Terra
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, so I don't know. Every year it was Doge. I thought it was stupid. Shiba Inu. I thought it was stupid. And I'm in those two coins now. And this one I
So
didn't want to get into.
the question now is, what coins do you think are stupid right now?
A bonk. This one. This is stupid. So I think it's there's a potential for it to pump because it's so stupid, right?
Right.
There's all the Inu coins, right? The Kaminu, Kokinu, all of those stupid coins are also pretty stupid. So maybe there's some potential there.
Here's some news. Here's some news. This is like inside news that you ain't gonna
Okay,
get outside.
let's hear it.
Okay, so you know the thing you've been talking about, Sandbox.
Right?
Yeah, there's a project coming out which is gonna be
Mm-hmm.
a voxel game
Okay.
on it. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's gonna be announced in January. And
Oh,
I think
sweet.
the way I hear about it, it sounds like wow. This sounds like it's gonna be a nice game, not just like a crypto, not a good crypto thing. It's gonna be a nice game. Sounds like
Right.
there's a bunch of guys from the US. They're actually based in Malaysia. They're doing it here, I think.
Okay, if you got the story, you can just share the screen and then
No,
we
I don't
can
have
have
the
it.
story. I met.
Okay.
I don't have a story because I met the guy who
Okay.
I met a guy who I used to work with, and we
Right.
just went to have lunch today, this
Right.
afternoon. Then
Right.
we were talking about work and this and that. Then we said, "Hey, so what else are you working on?" Then he talked about some other stuff he was working on. Then he said he was working on this thing, and he asked me, "Have you heard of Sandbox?" I'm like, "Sandbox? Do you mean like the crypto thing?" He said he was like not sure. He was like, "Yeah, maybe yeah." Then after that, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, why? What's up?" He said he's working with this friend of his from the US who's now based
Mhm.
here, and they're building a voxel game. And this guy's not building it, the voxel game. This guy's involved to build the site or something like that.
Right.
But then he chirita a bit. I said, "Is it out yet? What's the name of it?" He said, It's not out yet. They're gonna announce it in January."
Mhm.
So then he showed me
There you go. Some inside information,
inside
guys.
info, bro. So he showed me a list of games. At that point, I wasn't sure if it was Sandbox, but then he showed me a list, like a page with a list of games on it, and I saw the Sandbox logo. I'm like, oh, I'm buying this. I immediately bought some this afternoon.
Well, Sand did pump today.
Oh no shit!
Wait, let me have a look. Let me go back to that. No, Sand pumped over the week, 7.1%. Today it took a little bit of a dump. See, in the last hour. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
bought like 77 sand this afternoon. So buy some,
yay.
dudes, because by January, I believe they're gonna have a whole bunch of games coming out.
Okay, okay, okay.
And I believe this. I think you said this to me the other day. The next what do you call that, hype for this Bitcoin is going to be gaming.
Yep, yep. Gaming. Also, I think, right, because of the new Apple Vision Pro and the
Oh
new
shit! Yeah.
Oculus Quest 3, there's going to be another metaverse move in this next one
Yeah.
year or
Yeah.
so. And
I'm
this
suspecting that.
metaverse move, I suspect, is going to create some hype in whatever metaverse projects, right? Which is going to cause metaverse projects to pump. So Sand, Mana, maybe even some smaller projects. I did talk about this one other project a couple of weeks ago, but I went to actually check out their metaverse, and it was not great. So there are a lot of metaverse projects out there, and sometimes, like the thing about some of the smaller cap coins, right? It's not about what they're doing; it's about the potential of what they can do, right?
Right.
And a lot of projects, and we are in a way sort of like venture capitalists a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we are speculating on what a lot of these projects could be and
Right.
whether
And then
they
we're investing.
act, and then we're investing exactly, and whether they actually do it or not is like anybody's guess, but you're hoping there's going to be like two or three that could actually work out, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I kind of look at crypto a little bit.
And if
um
you ask venture capitalists their tactic for investing in companies, it's almost the same: splatter and hope.
spray
Spray and
and pray
pray.
is what we call spray
Spray
and
and pray.
pray.
So
Yeah,
basically, they'll do like 10 different companies, and they'll just need one. They just need one to make $1 billion to cover everyone else's loss.
yeah, 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 exactly, exactly. I also want to look at Ethereum, so
Oh,
you
let's
can
have a
see.
look at Ethereum.
So I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Ethereum is kind of like moving in this channel, obviously upwards. Now it's broken to this lower part here. There is a support somewhere around 2020, 2200 ish. But I think if it were to drop to the bottom of the range, which is about 2150, I doubt it's going to go below 2100, but who knows? 2100, 2106 is a pretty strong support. This whole area here is pretty strong. So I think if it were to come down to the bottom of this channel, it would probably go somewhere here, maybe wick up, and then go back up to the higher levels from here if it were to break down. Right now, though, I'm not confident of either way. A lot of people are saying it's definitely dumping, it's definitely pumping. I do not see enough evidence to say that this is a pump or a dump, and believe. I also believe that there's traps that's being set for us. Right, the moment this looks very suspicious. This is trying to get people overly bearish or overly bullish, and then
Right.
liquidate everybody.
Could
So
be.
so it could be this, could be bouncing within this range, could hit to the bottom of this triangle.
Right.
But until I see a new all-time high, I
Uh-huh.
would be a little bit skeptical about going heavy into this market.
But
Like,
there's a problem with that
right,
way of thinking though.
right. You're
When
too
you do
late.
see the all-time high,
Right.
it's already too late, isn't it?
I would,
Because for it
I
to
would,
be an all-time high, for
I
it to
would
be an
say
all-time high, it'll
no.
have to drop.
It's true. No, but I would say this is my argument, right? If you go for an all-time high, you know that the bulls are back in town, so to
Right.
speak, right? So then you know that when you buy unless if they even if there's a retracement, it's coming back up again, right?
Right.
Because if you buy when there's an all-time high that's coming in now, not in like a year, right? I mean like now, right? So if you were to buy if there's an all-time high coming in now, you will then buy. If there's a dip, it'll come down and then go back up again. Whereas right now, if you buy, we could be crashing for don't know how long, right? So if you're going to be in a negative position, my view is always don't be in that negative trade too long, right? Have some bullets on standby. Like right now, I'm prepared for both ways. If it pumped, um, I invested like $2, and if it dumped, I got another $1.50 to buy. You know what I mean? So that's uh, that's the way to. I think that's the smart way to look at the market, right? Which is that don't if you're unless you're a gambler, you just want to gamble one way or another. That's fine. But if you're actually planning on trading, right? Trading, you gotta plan for when you're wrong. What's gonna happen when you're wrong, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair
So what else have you got besides the sandbox
story.
info?
Oh, yeah. So the games is coming. There's a what else? I saw a lot of scams going on recently. Where was it?
Okay.
Yeah, web
Well, that's crypto in general,
yeah,
right?
crypto in general. So
Yeah.
Safe
Yeah.
Moon. If I actually had like a whole bunch of these stupid things, I downloaded the stupid wallet, and now it's
That is a
filing for
scam, right?
bankruptcy. Yeah,
Ah, right, right.
yeah.
Safe Moon. I keep hearing about this thing called Reef. Is that a thing?
Reef. Not sure about Reef.
Okay, okay.
What is Reef? Huh?
Man, there are so many scam crypto
Right.
projects out there, and some of them fly you out to Dubai. Um,
Yeah. Shit.
yeah, but the thing is that I'm not 100% like I've heard of people talking about like certain projects, and I'm listening to their stories, and I'm like, I have never even heard of this particular thing,
Right.
So and then it's like, oh yeah, no, there was this thing called Fintosh, uh, or some other. It's like some kind of scam, and people are telling me about it. And apparently, they said it's so huge, everybody's heard about it, and I'm like, I've never heard about it. So,
I think I still
so
have the stupid wallet also.
yeah, yeah.
Safe Moon, Chilak kind of thing. And another one, oh, and you remember people always say, "Oh, put your money on a hardware wallet like a Ledger or something. It'll be
Right,
safe."
right.
Oh man, not on Ledger apparently. Yeah, that's I show you this video, this screen. Let's
Okay,
see.
okay, sure.
How do I share this? This one,
So
I think.
yeah, I read about Ledger wallets being hacked. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, here you go. Supply chain attack Ledger. Da, da, da.
So how did they actually attack it?
So what they did was they got access to the source code and the repo,
Okay,
and they managed to push some code that would
okay.
then access your account. No, 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 not access. It just drain your money straight up.
But but to access the wallet
Yeah,
on the
no,
blockchain,
because
they
this
would. Yeah.
because this is the software that is the wallet. So pretty
Okay.
much they put in some code in there that would just transfer your money somewhere else.
Right. So
Yeah.
basically, when it comes down to it, right, there
Yeah.
is no one safe place that you could have. Actually, the only really safe place is that you need to actually like print out your private key and then
Correct.
put it in put it in
In a
what,
safe box.
laminate it and then put it
Yeah.
in a safe box. Yeah,
And you
exactly.
need
Because
copies,
even
man. You can't just rely on one. You got to have like redundancy, geographically redundant
have too
places.
many copies though. Don't have too many copies because if then somebody might find one of them, right?
Yeah.
But
Although
there's
if you
a
do want
story
to
of this
use,
guy.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
And as I said, it's the story of this guy who kept his private key under his pillow, and
Right.
then the maid found it, thought it was garbage, and threw it away.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Shit like that.
So the maid said, "I just saw a piece of paper under the pillow. I thought it was rubbish. I didn't know what it was."
Yeah.
You know, and you're kind of like, that's a reasonable human expectation, but holy shit, maid, you know.
Right.
He managed to access it. He got someone to hack his cold wallet because there was an exploit that they could have used it. So he managed to get his crypto back, but I think it cost him quite a bit, like a certain 25% or half of what it was in his wallet, something like
Right.
that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, I personally have the opinion that if you have crypto and you're maybe worried about like hacks and problems like this, or maybe even losing your hardware wallet, or
Uh,
have your crypto in multiple different places. That way, if you've got like $1 in a wallet, $1 in an exchange, $1 in a web browser, then one of those things goes, is just you've just lost your $1 because I only have $3 in crypto, right?
yeah.
So that's where I have it basically. Yeah.
Right.
So anyway,
Three
um
wallets for you for each of your dollars in crypto.
yeah, because I only have like one. I only have $3, right? Three. It's 0.0000001 BTC.
Yeah.
So because don't hack me, please don't hack me.
Yeah.
I have no money. But yeah, this Bitcoin actually looks like it's actually having a little bit of a crash right now. Let's
Yeah, but then let me show you my graph.
live
Let me show you my graph.
live right now. Looks like this thing is crashing.
Here's what I
So
think. I think
is
this
it
is the
gonna
bottom.
hold at 4-1?
This is the
Four
bottom of the
one three
crash.
two.
Let me show you
Okay.
why.
Okay, sure. Let me know.
Yeah, I thought I already shared it. Wait. Here, look at this. How come I cannot
Okay.
see it? There. Because you see this line. This
Okay.
line means it's the end, and then it's going to bounce like that.
Okay. All right. All right. But you know that line can be drawn in several different ways, right?
Of
This is
course,
on the hourly.
but
The
this is the
hourly, right?
right way, of course, that I'm showing you. Of all the
This is the
many
right
millions
way.
of ways
Okay.
there are.
Okay. We're about to find out in the next like 15 minutes, I guess.
Yes.
See whether it bounces or not.
Let's see. Because you see that little wick down there, that little tail,
Right.
that's a
Okay.
bottoming tail. It's not a tail yet,
Ah.
but you'll see it. Actually, that's not a
Okay.
tail.
Okay.
A tail would be longer, so I'm not really sure now.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
the
Okay.
line is like this instead. Uh,
Now I'm gonna draw your line. I'm gonna draw your line, and then we can have a look at it. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
if it's like this, that means it'll go here. But I don't know.
Okay.
I'm feeling like it's gonna go here.
Okay. 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 That's fair enough. That's fair enough. There's a that's I've drawn your line. So yeah, that's somewhat similar.
Yeah, yeah,
So we're about to see if this thing is gonna break or not. We'll see
yeah.
if that is accurate.
Yes.
But this is the thing though, right?
Okay.
I do think that some sort of like stalling right now is normal, and a lot of people who are turning into bears again and thinking you're going to see a 12K Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to happen, dude. Like I don't see 12 this I don't see us going to the 20s anymore. So if we were to dip, I'm guessing it's going to be high 30s and then continue. And that's not even really a dip, actually. Sometimes though, I actually think that it might be slightly safer
Right.
to trade in altcoins than Bitcoin in some ways, because the risk reward ratio for altcoins is better compared to
Well,
Bitcoin,
it's way
right?
higher for sure.
And because Bitcoin is so heavily traded, it's so heavily susceptible to liquidation cascades, which could cause these kind of crashes, right?
It's kind of true.
So the other altcoins that aren't Ethereum and Bitcoin are the two most heavily traded, right?
Mm.
So because they're not so susceptible to the liquidation cascades, there's potential that it might actually be better risk reward. No heavy liquidation cascades like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like I had this crash, and of course, I had $1 in Bitcoin and $1 in altcoins, right? And I saw Bitcoin crash like crazy, and my altcoin not really that much. So, in fact,
Hey, that's kind of true.
some altcoins actually even went up when Bitcoin crashed. So
Yeah.
there might be something to look at there. Okay, so
Okay.
I guess this week is more of what happened last week. We were kind of wrong in our prediction of, well, not wrong yet, but we were kind of wrong in our prediction that we thought that Bitcoin was going to go all the way up to 48K before having a big retracement. We might have a big retracement now, but if that doesn't happen, we might still be right. But right now it's looking like we might have that big retracement, because what I notice is when you come to triangles like this,
Hmm.
if it breaks out the up through the upwards, right?
Yeah.
Then it doesn't go all the way up. It's usually reversing. The same thing. If it breaks down and then it doesn't go all the way down, it's usually reversing. And this,
Right.
I believe, is because they're trying to catch the longs or the shorts. Because people who are playing breakout trading strategies, that's why, like, it's like a game of rock paper scissors, right? With trading, you play breakout strategies, so people counter that with trapping your longs and shorts, right?
Right.
So whenever it goes out here and starting to break out, okay, everybody longs. All right, now let's dump it, right?
Dump it.
And it's the same thing if it goes all the way down here. Okay, everybody's short. Okay, now let's buy and long it. So usually I do think that this is likely to break down now because it's not going upwards. It's already broken this support descending support line. It's got this other level here. If it needs to hold at about 41,300. If it doesn't hold that and it goes down to like 4,100, I see us probably filling that CME gap. That's the logical assumption to make at
Okay,
about
there we go. Here's the
438.
bounce.
Yeah.
Here's the bounce. Here's the bounce. Check it out.
Okay. All right.
That
All
is
right.
a bottoming tail.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We shall watch it live on the 1 minute.
Yes, yes. It's
All
a
right.
bottoming tail, friend.
Okay. Okay. Father Delio's
And
got the show. Okay. Boom.
yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
Boom.
And it's far away from the 20, which means it's going to get closer. It's going to go up
Okay.
to like about 40, 42, 4, I think. And then
So
come back down.
to reverse, I would think it needs to actually go past all of these what is this called? All of these EMAs, and
Right.
it needs to go above the 200, which means it needs to get to about 42,500. So if it can bounce up to 42,500, yeah, I could see this potentially reversing. Okay, so let me
Wow.
try and see if I can zoom in a little bit bigger. Okay, zoom, zoom, zoom.
But then again, the
Okay.
last time I did this, didn't turn out the way I thought it would.
That's like every trader's
Story.
story, right? Okay. All right, so we're still waiting to see whether it completes the bounce. It's possible this could be the bounce that Fadil was talking about. um Hopefully it is. Like right now, I personally am hoping that the look, every crypto market is different, right?
Right.
From the last crypto market, and that's why you can't, where people, whenever they're trying to time the market or anticipate the market, they somehow get it wrong. It either pumps too much or not enough, right?
Right.
or crashes at the wrong time. Basically, it does the opposite of whatever everybody was thinking. I also mentioned in the stream that I had a event that I was hosting for ICP, and it crashed. I asked everybody, is it going to be is this a bull market or a bear market? And everybody said it was a bear market.
Bear market.
Says we're not in the bull market, bear market, and Bitcoin didn't crash; it just continued going up. Everybody was thinking we're going to have one big crash. It never happened, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking, what could potentially be different? Maybe the timing is different this year. Maybe certain narratives that we've always held, like it's going to be always before the halving, there's no all-time high. Maybe that might change. So I'm hoping that's going to change this season, where we're going to have um, a lot of people are going to be conservative, and it's going to pump
Mhm.
like crazy. So you need to kind of go the opposite. If everybody's greedy, you need to be worried. If everybody's conservative, you need to be greedy. You need to be the opposite of
Right.
it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's
Okay.
still pumping. Maybe Fadil might be right here.
Yeah. I do
Yeah.
not doubt my mathematics.
Okay, okay. Well, we'll know it. We'll know in a couple of hours. All right. Okay, so I guess that's it that we're showing right now. There's this liquidation cascade that I think is higher on the shorts. So if this pumps from here, there's going to be momentum to take it up. And you know what? Maybe this is why it's stalling, right? In
Right.
order to pump higher, you need to have some kind of squeeze, right? You need to have this liquidation cascade. It does look higher on the shorts right now than it does on the longs, right? Of course, you could always go down and then up. In that way, you liquidate
Yeah.
everyone. That's the way to do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the way.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, yeah. But I would say that pushing upwards probably has more potential for. It looks like there's more high leverage longs right now. You know, you could push up, push up, push up. Everyone liquidate everyone, push it to the
Right.
next level, right? And in fact, a lot of people are talking about the RSIs. The RSIs have been. Let's add RSI here if I can add it.
Okay.
Yeah, all that. Let's see. We're talking about the RSIs in terms of they're already pretty oversold. Let's
Hmm.
see. Okay, on the higher time frame. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, higher time frame on the 12 hours. It's pretty low, I would say. On the eight
Okay.
hours, hold on, wait. Okay, let me share this. Okay, on the 8 hours, it's pretty low here. 6 hours, yeah, it touched pretty low. So this shows like it. This might actually be the RSIs are coming down again, but it could be going up soon. Let's see if we can draw some lines here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so according to this line, it looks like we might
Okay.
be going lower on the RSI. So that's a little bit bearish. Okay, RSI is
Relative
right.
strength index.
Yeah, RSI right now I think is looking a little bit bearish, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, RSI is looking a little bit bearish. Um, so at least in the short term, we'll see how this plays out. I personally, like I said, those are the levels that I'm looking at right now for to as confirmation whether this is going up or down. If we
Right.
break below this triangle, I see feeling the CME gap at about 38, and if it breaks above, then probably all the way to 48. So
Wow.
yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so I guess you got anything else you want to share, Father Delio?
No, there's one about this game called Immortal Game, which is doing to do about chess, and
Okay,
so we always think like we always feel like, oh, because it's on the blockchain, there's no way for you to cheat it, right? But then
right.
turns out not really. This
Okay.
this thing is on the Immutable X network. I've never even heard about it. Let me just share the screen right
Mutable X is a gaming platform.
here. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Macham, they got an issue with cheating apparently, so
Okay.
much so that
Okay.
they decided to no longer accept the checkmate token.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what
okay.
to do?
All right. Fear and greed index is 77. So we're getting to extreme greed soon. So that's when there's going to be probably some issues there.
Yeah.
But yeah, strategy that we were talking about last week was that if you can kind of position some low leverage longs right now,
Mm,
and the market breaks out and doesn't really retrace, you could hold those longs for a long time, right? Hold the longs for
right.
long, right? And
Hold the long so long.
yeah, and come back to it in like 6 months to 18 months, somewhere within that period, and see how much you've made.
How many thousands of
Yeah,
percent?
yeah. How many x's, right? Because you make double the x's. If you would have made 10x that coin, it would have been 20x. If it was 30x, you would have made 60x, right? And that's a 2x leverage. A 3x average. Well, you do the math. 30x will be 90x, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Those 100xers are balls of
yeah,
steel.
yeah. Exactly. We got a lone watcher here.
Hello.
Hello, lone watcher. We do get some
Step
people who
views.
view on other platforms that is not on YouTube. This guy's on YouTube,
Oh,
but because we are broadcasting on several different platforms. But I think right now, according to the view count, we've got three. I think so.
oh,
You're not alone, but it's a small room. People view
yeah.
afterwards a little
What's
bit
that?
more. Yeah, but we're on every Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Want to ask for
just
your
talking
opinion?
just talking
What
about
do you
what
think
we've
is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen, Lone Watcher?
yeah, okay. Yes, Lone Watcher, what's his name? Sept Views. What do you think is gonna happen? We going up or we going down from here?
Yeah, man. What's
Yeah,
the
let's see what he
story?
says. Feedback from our audience.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. I actually do have this theory, right? That because
Right.
a lot of crypto narratives are all based on hype,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
The thing so metaverse, and then you've got AI, of course. We're all trying to guess what's going to happen in the next 18 months, right? Or
Right.
12 to 18 months. One of the things that I believe you should potentially look at, um, which is this one,
What's that?
that previously that Dogecoin jumped 30% after Musk changes Twitter
Right.
to this. So I personally think that Dogecoin is something that Elon Musk is sort of like in love with, and eventually, any kind of tweet, Elon Musk Twitter thing, Dogecoin, you're gonna see some kind of pop there.
Right. This so
Okay,
Seth View
so
says Powell denied Coinbase petition, so it's going to be a
yeah,
short dump. Wow.
short dump to 38 to fill in the gap. Okay, so there you got it. Okay, so if that doesn't happen, we reserve the right to say it wasn't our idea, it was one of our
Right.
listeners. And if it does happen, hey, you heard it right here on the show. All right,
For sure.
so okay, I think that's it. So we'll be back again next week,
Yes.
and we'll see if let's see how Fadil's prediction is doing so far.
Yes. It better be good.
Is it is it rallying? Is it rallying? Boom, boom, boom. All right,
It seems
let's
to be
go
heading.
closer.
It's gonna go up.
Okay, so it's coming back to test the line. We won't find out until much, much later.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Have a good
Okay,
one,
guys.
guys.
All right. Ciao. See ya.